From 2008 to 2013, Young Money Cash Money had hip-hop in a chokehold. With Lil Wayne at the peak of his career, he was signing artists like Drake, Nicki Minaj, Tyga, and more. It felt like YMCMB were the Avengers of hip-hop at that time. They were dominating the charts and on everyone's MP3 player or iPod. Fast forward to the current day, and I can't remember the last time someone brought up Young Money. So what happened? How did such a commercially successful record label go from the peak of the industry to what it is now? Just a name that serves as a hollow reminder of what it once was. In this video, we'll be looking at the rise and fall of Young Money Cash Money. Before we get into the good stuff, I wanted to take a quick moment to thank you for watching. And if you enjoy this content and would like to show support, please like and subscribe. Now let's get back to YMCMB. Lil Wayne was just 9 years old when he met his surrogate father and label boss, Brian Birdman Williams. Cash Money Records, the label, became one of the most dominant of the 21st century. YMCMB is the collaboration of the record label founded by Wayne in 2005 called Young Money Entertainment and the record label Cash Money Records that hip-hop legend Birdman created in 1991. Together, the two would go on to create a hip-hop empire. Birdman has been president of his record label Cash Money for over 31 years. Wayne did a great job with Young Money and was able to leverage his popularity to bring in new and upcoming artists. While Birdman took care of the business aspect of running a record label, the combination of Wayne's popularity and success paired with Birdman's tenacious business ethics would create one of the biggest record labels in hip-hop at that time. Wayne made the decision to step down as president in 2007 after 2 years of the role, giving the reins over to Cortez Bryant, a well-known hip-hop manager. Lil Wayne and Birdman's commercial peak came from 2008's The Carter 3, and is currently the last hip-hop album to earn over $1 million in pure album sales its first week. A year later, in 2009, is when things really started to pick up for YMCMB as a whole. Former member Mac Main took over the reins as president, and around that time, big-name artists started to join the team. Tyga, Nicki Minaj, and Drake all joined in 2009. Lil Wayne was able to become hip-hop's most prolific superstar, before signing the following decade's biggest superstars. That same year, the team came out with a collaborative album, We Are Young Money, that really solidified Young Money as a powerhouse group. After the release, YMCMB's popularity skyrocketed, and so did their success. The hit Bedrock swept the nation and charted at 39 on the Hot 100 Billboard chart, with nearly every teenager in the United States memorizing the lyrics to the song. Over the next few years, Nicki, Drake, and Wayne would all drop albums that would peak at number 1 on the Billboard 100 and all went platinum. This run contained the Pink Tape and Thank Me Later in 2010, then in 2011, Take Care and The Carter 4. When things started to come apart for YMCMB, the family bond made the fallout even worse for their image, since that's what the label was built around. The biggest factor behind the downfall of YMCMB was greed. Several artists have come out against Cash Money for shady dealings. This is a trickle-down that stems from Cash Money and Birdman, which Young Money was underneath of and would inherit the same issues. These problems were already occurring with Cash Money, prior to Young Money even being a thought. But the same issues continued to break apart the label, as history continued to repeat itself. We're just going to outline a few general issues, but know that this iceberg is a deep one, and there is a lot that could be unpacked, with a lot of separate events. Lil Slim is the artist who originally introduced Birdman to Lil Wayne, and he would also go on to be the first to leave Cash Money Records. He noticed the amount of money he was getting paid did not correlate with the amount of money his music was producing. After his departure, there were a handful of others who left the label at that time, following his example. A few years later, another wave of artists left, including big names like Juvenile, BG, and Turk. They were members of the Hot Boys, alongside Wayne. These three would all leave Cash Money Records due to financial issues. leaving Wayne as the last member of the Hot Boys group, still at Cash Money. BG had solo albums that went gold and platinum while signed to Cash Money, and would later share on MTV that he didn't see any of the money from those albums. Juvenile actually took Cash Money to court and won $11 million. Turk said that he didn't receive any royalties on his album that he had released with Cash Money. And Turk attempted to sue Cash Money for $1.3 million in 2015 due to shady accounting, and would settle outside of court for an undisclosed amount. Fast forward to YMCMB when Young Money was in the picture. During the time, Tyga would speak out in his songs and interviews about not getting paid by Cash Money. He said on a Breakfast Club interview in 2017 that he had received 0 royalties on his music, and he was owed somewhere around $12 million. Additionally, multiple producers that had worked on the Carter 3 were not paid and had to sue to receive money for their work. Wendy Day had helped Birdman negotiate $13 million for Cash Money Records from a deal with Universal. Wendy spoke up about Birdman's business tactics in an interview.
I mean, the thing about Cash Money is that, in order to get paid, you have to sue them, and they're kind of known for that. And it's a sad way to do business, but it's what they've built and it's their legacy,
Ironically, she also threatened to sue Birdman in order to get compensated for her work. And now the cherry on top, or maybe it's the straw that broke the camel's back. In 2015, the founder of Young Money, Lil Wayne, announced a $51 million lawsuit against Cash Money. The following 3 years were madness, and would include a lot of drama such as a bus shooting, mid-concert disses thrown out at Cash Money,
Carter 5 coming soon, fuck Cash Money,
and desperate tweets hinting at retirement. This entire period could have a separate video made about it, just outlining the falling out of Wayne and Birdman. And if there's interest in it, I'd be happy to cover it. I think the drama that unfolded between 2015 and 2018 were the final blows that killed off YMCMB. Without Birdman, Lil Wayne, and YMCMB, we wouldn't have been able to witness the rise of 2 of music's biggest superstars, whose careers don't seem to have a ceiling on them: Drake and Nicki Minaj, who were mentored and nurtured by Wayne, and thanks to their affiliation with YMCMB, were able to launch their very successful careers. At the height of its powers, YMCMB was after anyone who had a smidgen of rap ability. They harnessed that talent and looked to turn it into proven success by encouraging their artists to collaborate and learn from one another. That type of unmatched success and their openly family-like bond is what made their very public falling out over financial issues even more devastating to their image. Thanks for watching. Who is your favorite member of Young Money? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I post hip-hop content weekly. Have a great day.